If you are over 60 and you feel like you are losing strength week after week, what I am about to explain could completely change how you age from this point forward. Many people believe that getting weaker with age is unavoidable, that muscle loss is just part of growing older. That belief is wrong. What is really happening has a name, and once you understand it, you can start reversing it. This process is called sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is the gradual loss of muscle mass and muscle strength that happens as we age. It can begin much earlier than most people realize. In some individuals, muscle loss starts as early as their 40s, with 1 to 2% of muscle disappearing every single year. At first that sounds small, but over time it adds up. Over 10 years, that can mean losing up to 20% of your muscle. After 60, this process accelerates even more. This is not about appearance or vanity. Muscle loss affects how you live every single day. It makes it harder to stand up from a chair, climb stairs, carry groceries, or maintain your balance. The risk of falls increases dramatically. Independence slowly slips away. And with it, quality of life and even life expectancy. Sarcopenia affects millions of older adults around the world, not just in one country. And yet very few people are told the most important truth about it. Sarcopenia is not inevitable. It is not a life sentence. Much of it can be slowed, stopped, and even partially reversed. To understand how to fight it, you need to understand what is happening inside your muscles as you age. One of the first changes involves the fast muscle fibers, the ones responsible for strength, power, and quick movements. These fibers shrink first and disappear faster than others. At the same time, the special repair cells inside your muscles, the ones that help rebuild and regenerate muscle tissue, become slower and less responsive. It is like having a repair shop that suddenly starts working at half speed. Another major change is something called anabolic resistance. This means your body becomes less sensitive to the signals that normally tell muscles to grow and stay strong. The same exercise or the same amount of protein that worked when you were younger is no longer enough. Your muscles now require a stronger and more specific signal to respond. On top of this, chronic low-grade inflammation increases with age. This kind of inflammation is silent and persistent, and it releases substances that actively break down muscle tissue. The less muscle you have, the more inflammation your body tends to produce. The more inflammation you produce, the more muscle you lose. It becomes a vicious cycle. But the good news is that this cycle can be interrupted. The solution does not require medications or extreme interventions. It requires 3 simple but powerful lifestyle strategies that are supported by solid scientific research and can be started at any age. The first and most important strategy is strength-focused movement. Walking is movement, and it has benefits, but it is not enough to preserve muscle. Muscles need resistance. They need to work against something. This does not mean heavy weights right away. It means gradually challenging your muscles through controlled resistance. Bodyweight exercises, resistance bands, light weights, or even repeated sit-to-stand movements from a chair can all send the signal your muscles need to wake up. Research shows that even people in their 70s and 80s can increase muscle mass and strength significantly within a few months when training is done correctly and safely. Simple movements like standing up from a chair multiple times, wall push-ups, seated or standing leg exercises, and core stability work can make an enormous difference. 2 to 3 sessions per week are enough to start changing how your body responds. The second strategy is protein intake. As we age, our protein needs increase, not decrease. After 60, most people benefit from a higher protein intake than they had earlier in life. What matters just as much as the total amount is how protein is distributed throughout the day. Muscles respond best when protein is spread across meals rather than consumed all at once. Including a good protein source at breakfast, lunch, and dinner gives your muscles repeated signals to repair and rebuild. Foods like fish, eggs, meat, dairy, and other high-quality protein sources can all play a role, depending on individual needs and tolerances. This approach supports muscle maintenance and helps counteract anabolic resistance. The third strategy is avoiding inactivity at all costs. This is one of the most overlooked but critical points. Just a few days of complete inactivity can lead to noticeable muscle loss. After 60, the effects are even more severe. Even during illness, recovery, or periods of low energy, some form of movement is essential. Standing up regularly, walking around the house, gently moving joints and muscles all help protect your strength. Daily movement is one of the strongest predictors of long-term independence. You do not need to train intensely every day, but you do need to avoid long periods of doing nothing. Consistency matters more than intensity. Sarcopenia is not a punishment for aging. It is a biological process that responds to the signals you give your body. Strength training, adequate protein, and regular movement send powerful signals that tell your body to maintain muscle, support bone health, improve balance, and protect independence. You do not need to change everything at once. Even starting with one small change can begin shifting the direction of your health. Every day without action allows strength to slip away. But every day you choose to move, nourish your body, and challenge your muscles, you begin to reclaim it. True longevity is not found in miracle pills or futuristic promises. It is built on strong muscles, resilient bones, stable movement, and daily habits that support your body over time. The choices you make today directly shape how strong, independent, and capable you will be in the years ahead. Many people believe that losing muscle after 60 is just part of aging, something you have to accept. But that belief is exactly what keeps the problem going. The truth is that your muscles are still capable of responding, adapting, and growing, even later in life. What changes is not your potential, but the type of signals your body needs. After 60, your muscles require clearer and stronger signals to stay active. They no longer respond well to vague movement or occasional effort. This is why simply staying busy is not enough. You need intentional actions that tell your body very clearly that muscle is still necessary for survival. One of the most overlooked factors in muscle loss is the nervous system. Muscle strength is not only about muscle fibers, but also about how well your brain communicates with them. When you stop challenging your body, those connections weaken. This is why movements start to feel unstable, why balance becomes harder, and why reactions slow down. The good news is that these connections can be rebuilt. Every time you perform controlled, resisted movement, you are retraining your nervous system to activate muscle again. Another critical factor is recovery. Many seniors either do too little and see no results, or do too much and end up exhausted or sore for days. The goal is not to push to the limit, but to apply consistent, repeatable effort. Muscles grow during recovery, not during the exercise itself. This means sleep, hydration, and proper nutrition are not optional. They are part of the strategy. Muscle is also deeply connected to your metabolism. As muscle mass declines, blood sugar control worsens, inflammation increases, and fatigue becomes more common. By rebuilding even a small amount of muscle, you improve how your body handles energy throughout the day. Many people notice they feel more stable, more alert, and less tired once they begin addressing muscle loss directly. There is also a psychological shift that happens when strength returns. Simple actions like standing up with ease, carrying groceries, or climbing stairs without fear rebuild confidence. That confidence changes how you move, how you posture yourself, and how active you are overall. Strength creates independence, and independence is one of the strongest predictors of healthy aging. The most important thing to understand is that muscle loss is not reversed overnight, but it is reversed through repetition. Small, correct actions performed consistently outperform extreme efforts done occasionally. If you focus on strength, nourishment, and daily movement, your body responds. It always does. This is not about chasing youth or unrealistic fitness goals. It is about preserving function, dignity, and freedom. Your muscles are not betraying you. They are simply waiting for the right signal. And when you give them that signal, even after 60, they answer.